Okay, so we beat the first level, and now it's time to get on to the second one in Peru. Now, right at the start, you're going to get attacked by a bear, and this bear is going to charge at you, and you're going to find out about the adrenaline dodge. Basically, it's a move that you're going to have to learn how to do, because it is basically required to beat some of the bosses. And also, it's just a very, very good technique for beating enemies in general. Basically what they'll do is after you've shot them enough times, they will kind of yell. And once they've yelled, they will charge at you, and that's your cue to dodge out of the way. And then you've got to wait for the reticule to, because there's two grey reticules, you've got to wait for them to join up and turn red, and then shoot, and Bob's your uncle. You got your adrenaline dodge, and you have instant killed your enemy, unless it's a boss, in which case that's not going to happen. Now, that particular moment there, I was absolutely terrified that I had, that my game was broken, because, basically, for quite a few tries, my game froze at that point in time. I think it just must have just been a scratch on the disc, but I was just like, oh my god, it's not working. I might not be able to do this walkthrough. This makes me sad. And then, after a little bit of persuasion, I got it to do what I wanted to, and move on. But, I mean, it may have just been one of the many bugs that Tomb Raider Anniversary has, because another one of them, and I don't know which versions of the game it's in, but if you fail that first adrenaline dodge, then it is very, very possible that you will instigate a glitch where you can no longer pull off the adrenaline dodge. It's ridiculous, I don't know how it works, but it's there. And now we get to do a bit of proper swimming. The controls are essentially the same as they were in Tomb Raider Legend. So, just carry over the abilities, really. And what's slightly annoying is that you can't get out this way. Now it's just like, what? No, I have to be able to get out. Why can't I get out? Ah! No, what you've got to do, because this is where you're meant to go, is swim down, and there is a nice little tunnel here for you to go through. And basically, once you reach the end of it, you're going to be able to get out. But to be able to get there, you do need to pull this lever here. Because that opens up the grating above you. So you probably are going to be cutting it fine there, but yeah. Also, I didn't realise that I could pull myself out of that one. I was just swimming around for ages, being just like, I can't get out! Why can't I get out? And it was completely ridiculous. But either way. So yeah, we're in I didn't mention this when we walked in, but we're in the city of Vilcabamba, which I didn't think we were ever going to see. It's a very odd place to be, really, isn't it? So Vilcabamba itself was apparently founded by Manco Inca in 1539, and was the last refuge of the Incan Empire, until it fell to the Spaniards in 1572. Apparently. I'm totally just going off of the wonderful joys of immense fact that is Wikipedia. Take everything I say with a pinch of salt, but yeah. So, this isn't the only place that Vilcabamba has turned up in. It also turned up in the Amazon Trail, which is an educational computer game series. The books Evil Star and Necropolis, by Anthony Horowitz, which are part of the Power of Five series. And also it's in a PS2 RPG called Shadowheart from the New World. It also turns up in the second episode of Michael Wood's 2000 documentary series called The Conquistadors, and they visited the site of Vilcabamba, and it was also the location of British writer Colin Thubrom's 2002 novel To the Last City, which is apparently shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize, which is quite cool. I think that pretty much covers all the majorly interesting facts about Vilcabamba. Other than what it means, but I don't know whether I'll be able to find out what it means. Oh, excellent. Something that might tell me. Or not. Apparently it derives from Vilcabamba, which Pamba means plain, something. Yeah. My geography and my history are not great. Unless it's to do with England, in which case it's slightly better than everything else. If only because English history comes up a lot when you're looking at books written in English. I'm ever so slightly concerned about the dead tiger carcass that is swinging in this cage. I think we're just going to ignore that and keep climbing. Oh, look at the bats. I really hate bats in this game, because very, very frequently what will happen is that they will turn up without you realising and start attacking you, and then you're just like, for God's sake, let me get on with what I'm doing. And it's just completely ridiculous. Now, what we are doing right now is actually in order to get our artifact for this particular level. It's just over there, as you can see. Nice and hidden away over here. And look at the bats! They just appear out of anywhere. It's just let me get on with my job, please. I'm here to raid tombs and kick ass. Also, I'm pretty sure there's another bat hidden somewhere around here. There it is. So that's your way of getting down. Obviously, it's slightly annoying if the bat gets stuck under the ledge, because then you get attacked when you're sliding down. It's really irritating. So yeah, there's a health pack gone. And rather annoyingly, unlike in Legends, if you fall into a body of water, your health doesn't restore. It it stays exactly the same. They've realised the realism flaw in their game design, but in doing the more realistic way of doing things, it's just like, oh, you got rid of my nice little cheeky way of healing myself if I got hurt. Damn you all. There you are. I knew you were somewhere, Mr. Wolf. Yeah, I have to say, I am not good. the combat this early on in Tomb Raider Anniversary, I was kind of really getting to grips with how it was working. Because even though it's really not that long since I've played Tomb Raider Legend, it's still long enough that it's been a while since I have played a Tomb Raider game. Also, the adrenaline dodge move is one that does take a little bit of getting used to. Because you've got to dodge at exactly the right moment. So, we need to get in there, and to do that, we need to go through either door and get to the top and basically lower two massive, well, swing two poles round so that we can get the door open. It's common sense that you want to get the door open, but this puzzle does ever so... well, it's not really a puzzle. This platforming challenge does annoy me slightly, because it's very, very, very easy to miss the jump that you're trying to make at the top, thereby completely missing your target, and having to go all the way back round again. So what you're meant to do is aim for that. However, if you don't realise that that's the specific thing that you've got to aim for, then you get screwed over. As I did many, many, many a time. And that right there is your kind of only real safe way down. But obviously it's very easy to screw yourself over by dropping too much and then hurting yourself. Certainly not speaking from experience, and this certainly wasn't cut down at all. Being sarcastic, not that, well, lying through my teeth, should I say. That is a very long jump for Lara to make, but you can make it. Some of the jumps later on are much more evil. And, oh look, bats. Absolutely hate them. This game really has made me hate them more than I ever used to hate bats in video games, which is just insane, really. But that right there opens our door. And some more goodies await down there. Including something that you would not expect. Or at least something that you definitely wouldn't expect if you'd seen later Tomb Raider games. Because they have... well, the most recent one is incredibly realistic, with an element of the mystical. Whereas, way back when Tomb Raider was created, they really couldn't have given less of a crap about being realistic in terms of what enemies you must face. They quite liked their mysticism. And I have to say, I do prefer it that way. Because even though at this point in time there is none of the myth that was so evident throughout Tomb Raider Legend, that all the Arthurian myth, Tomb Raider Anniversary has it too. Less obviously than it could have done, but I believe that's because the major specifics of the mythological stuff was kind of added for the anniversary version of the game and not the original, because this was repurposed to be part of the Tomb Raider trilogy that Crystal Dynamics was creating. and something that's, well, generally a safe thing to do if you're ever slightly concerned. Always drop down to the lower level if it's safe to do so, because there is generally some form of goodie waiting for you down there. Obviously, unless it's a pit of death, in which case you're going to want to avoid that stuff like the plague. And actually, I believe that we're already at the end of this particular bit of the level. Really short in comparison to some of the later ones, but that is largely because we're about to go into what's actually a very long segment of the game. So, be prepared for things to get a little bit longer, and for things to get a little bit crazier. Because things are going to get serious in Vilcabamba, let's put it that way.